Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh. Supercoach tabs on my phone at dawn, scrolling through the carnage, what went wrong? Grammar solid steady, rookies on the rise, mid-prices tempting me, danger in disguise. Big J calling from the couch, mate, check your side. Joe bragging about a loophole, riding that tide. We're trading in our hopes like stocks on a screen, chasing that price rise, living the dream. We're the center bounds crew. Hey! Whistle blows, we're riding it through. From goals and behinds to the last upgrade. Greatest game in the world, that's how we're made. From a pig in the guts to the bench warmer blues. Every week we're breaking the rules. They fell in our veins, yeah, it's all we do. We're the center bounds crew. Oh, yeah. Got duds on the par, can't win a hard ball. Need a downgrade, target, answer that call. Possessions piling up, my captain's on fire. Vice loop lightning, sparks through the wire. Yeah. Trade plan scribbled on the back of a bill. One more sideways move, I swear I'll sit still. But the siren hits Friday, logic is gone. Mate, just push and go on. Who you backing in? Who you backing in? Who you backing in? Yeah. Who you letting go? One more risky move, then we steal the show. We're the center bounds crew. Hey! Whistle blows, we're riding it through. From goals and behinds to the last upgrade. Greatest game in the world, that's how we're made. From a pig in the guts to the bench from a blues. Every week we're breaking the rules. They fell in our veins, yeah, it's all we do. We're the center bounds crew. We're the center bounds crew. Oh yeah, the center bounds crew. The center bounds crew. The center bounds crew.
Joe, bit of a somber centre bounce crew Supercoach live for today. Some not great news about Neil Danaher, but mate, hope you're doing well, and welcome to another Monday night.
Indeed. Condolences, of course, to the Danaher family. Truly a royal family of football that has brought so much joy to so many people over the long haul. And this is a man who has gone through a lot, who has been through a lot, and we all saw it year in, year out. He was a champion. We're wearing these specific beanies because of what he has done. Him fighting, him speaking out against motor neurone disease has given birth to the Big Freeze game and the Big Freeze movement, which year upon year generates millions of dollars worth of research into fighting the beast, as he called it. And yeah, it came as a shock, came as a surprise. Obviously, you could see every year that he wasn't doing very well. You know, last year he was speaking using the machine, the robot, because he could no longer speak anymore. So, but even though his voice was gone, the message still came through loud and clear. And even now, in his absence, the message continues to resound very loudly. And I hope that everyone continues to get around the Big Freeze and continues to fight for it and to fight the beast.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even just putting that stuff aside a little bit as well, what he's proven and shown is that, hey, if you guys have a dream and if you guys are really passionate about something, then, you know, anything can be achieved. I mean, look what he's done with the Fight M&D Foundation and things like that. And, you know, he's no different than me and you in terms of what we can do and stuff. So, yeah, if you guys have got something there or a passion or a cause or something that you really care about, sky's the limit, really.
100%. So, you know, given 27 months life expectancy and he lived for 13 more years. That is a fighter through and through. That's someone who doesn't give two shits about what destiny might have in store for you. That's literally a guy that says, "Nah, I'm not accepting this. I'm gonna fight through this. I'm gonna continue to do what I need to do, get my message out there, get my voice out there, and I don't care if I lose my voice literally in the process. It doesn't matter." So, massive shout out to Neil Danaher, Australian of the Year for 2025, and we were all wondering what was taking them so damn long to finally give him that honor. He did. So well done on an incredible innings, on an incredible life, an incredible journey that will forever be remembered. Rest in peace, Neil Danaher. Get on the new Big Freeze beanie. I see you got the. I haven't got the new one yet, Big J.
No. It's definitely coming. Don't get me wrong. It's coming. Got 2 weeks left for it.
Indeed. How's it going? Yeah, the weekend was good, Kobe. The weekend was good. That was a great game that we watched last night, wasn't it, Big J? Superstar.
Yeah. I talked about it on Friday night and on Thursday night a little bit for you guys that were watching. Joe and I ended up going down to the Melbourne versus Doggies game at Marvel Stadium. And, you know, I don't know about Joe, but for all the shit that Marvel Stadium cops from everybody, it's not a bad stadium, Joe. I think it's one of those stadiums where unless you're hiding behind a pole or sitting right behind the big screen or something, you can kind of get a good view from any angle, which is what you want from a modern stadium. But really, really close game. Another one decided by, under a goal. And yeah, unfortunately, Melbourne couldn't put it together. Unlike North Melbourne.
Yes. About your boys, and it's super win. Absolutely incredible. 100%. Michael, good to see you. An absolute legend. Indeed, Flash, good to see you too. Moment of silence. Want to do a moment of silence? We'll do a moment of silence. How about that?
Sure everyone in the media and stuff's going to talk about him for the next couple of weeks, especially heading into Big Freeze. What are we up to, Joe? Number 11 or 12?
Yeah, this is number 11, I think. Yeah, 100% G-Bags, indeed. God bless you with Sarong and Whitfield out, but super happy to say go Murphy, Reid over Rochelle and Rankin a month or so ago. Oh, nice one, Tatum. Best intro going around. Absolutely, Globes. It's very nice. Well done, as always, to Maltesing. G'day, everyone. Indeed.
What's up, Maltesing?
Very reflective. Somehow dragged the win in Supercoach cut. What the hell on you, Tatum? Very nice. Good stuff. Shannon. Hello, Shannon.
What's up, Shannon?
May you rest in peace. Agreed. Reckon I'm going to be going Marshall, Cook, and Bruin to Banfield, Ison, and Holmes. Really wanted to grab Heaney, but DPP wouldn't allow it. Yeah, no defensive rookies, man.
Oh no, we've got one. We've got one in Harrison Oliver. I just don't know what his job security is going to be like at the moment. Yeah, but we've definitely got one. DPP's killed me a bit too this week, where I would have loved if one of Cumming or Rechko or Burton or one of these damn rookies got DPP so I could flip. I can move some players around. It just hasn't worked out. And yeah, bit of a rough situation. Do what you got to do. I think Max Holmes is fantastic though. So if you didn't have him when everyone else got him, you got to get him now.
He's got the DPP as well, which is quite handy. And we all know how great the end of season run is for the Cats.
Yep.
G-Bags only 2074 this week. Whitfield and Port scores from Houston, and
Whitfield out murdered a lot of people, I think. I was heading into this week with 23 playing, and bloody Whitfield just said, "Yeah, nah, mate." Sunday afternoon, Joe, we were waiting for the game to start, and we went off and watched a movie, and blammo. News came out of nowhere. We had Sarong earlier in the week, Rankin, for those people that had Rankin, and then there you go, Lockie Whitfield out as well. So there's going to be a few nasty super coaches who are missing out. I guess that there's a tweet that's come out by the coach, I think, saying basically, "Hey, we don't know what's wrong with Whitfield. He might be a little bit longer." I guess we're lucky in the fact. Yeah. I've seen it today. I guess we're lucky in the fact that GWS have the bye next week anyway. So, yeah, carnage continues, boys and girls.
Unfortunately, that's best
18 this week.
Oh, Jesus. Aaron Fellows. G'day, Aaron.
What's up, Aaron?
Clark, Houston, and Cook. Tahini Holmes, a 99K rookie, 1K short of getting Banfield.
I personally don't hate it. It really just depends. So the thing that you just have to consider is how many trades I've got left and how many what's the right word? How many spots I've got left to finish on field. Figure out those two, and you're doing okay from there. If you don't, and you've got Joe and I are very light on trades is probably the right word to say, Joe. We're very light on trades to finish our teams. We're probably not in the capacity to be able to do that. So, yeah, kind of depends on how your trade management and stuff's gone this year to facilitate it, yes or no.
I really need a defender, I think.
Yeah.
2 mids. So it's only 2, 2, 5, 6, unless I keep him. 6 upgrades, 15 trades. It's a bit of a yikes.
Yeah, I've got 6 and 16, so it's not much better.
It's a bit of a yikes. J-Bags, hello. Thoughts on moving Cook, McAndrew, and Henry to Sanders? Yeah, you're not the only one. I feel like BJ Williams is going to be a very popular selection this week.
Yeah, Williams, and you can always jump 1 week late on Darcy Cameron as well, the guy that's decided he wants to be a primo again. So, yeah, definitely do that.
Bailey Williams. Wait, is that right? Look like a dog for a second there. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
How do you spell BJ Williams?
Yeah.
I always knew him as Blowjob, but that can't be his real name.
You sound like someone who bullied him in high school. I always knew him as Blowjob.
His freaking name is BJ Williams. Are you kidding me? All right, let's have a look. He's averaging 95 this year.
What a bully.
It's 147, 136.
Yeah, he's done very well the last 2 weeks. He's kind of came out of nowhere.
I'm not going there because he's not a keeper. But he probably has a super low break even now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is he guaranteed? Do I have to literally write J? I literally have to write Bailey J. Williams. Who do you think you are, Jordan B. Peterson or something? All right, so we got negative 22 break even. Yeah. Oh, he's got the Bombers this week? Forget it. The Bombers are a curse for Rucks, remember? So if he scores 113, 119, 99, he makes you 100K. He makes you 100K if he scores 113, 119, and 99. Guys, those aren't low scores. What happens if he follows the mold of every other ruckman who played against the Bombers, and he scores 60. And then he goes a 119. If he scores a 99, he's only made you 50K if he goes 60 and 119. I don't know. It's a bit of a risk for me. I'm not a big fan. Also, I matched up against both of you this week, lads. Joe in Centre Bounce 1 and Big J in the members. Ooh, flashy flash.
There you go, Flash. You're probably going to beat me this week. If Whitfield's out for if Whitfield's out for a prolonged period of time, I'm in a bit of bother.
I'm sorry to hear that, Globes. May they both rest in peace in a better place. Considering BJ Williams, I hope I talked you out of that enough. Like the Williams pick, 100%. See, everyone's talking about Williams. See, even this guy, even Bags, considering Williams. What? Hey lads, good to see it. Sports Nut, 22.98.
Haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, beat me by 32 points. Moved a couple of spots to rank 9.6. This week I'm cooked though with some bad planning. Have pods like Worrell, Nando, Rochelle, and Kirch, and all the main guys.
Yeah, the forward line for round 12 is not great.
Round 12. What about round 16?
Totally advise. So we'll probably talk about mid-season draft in a little bit, but I'd totally advise and tell people to prioritize. Hey, maybe it's worth getting, if not the cash gen, it's definitely worth getting the playing rookies over the next few weeks. We've got basically 3 that we can choose from this week. Two that are basically must-haves. You've got to have them in your team. The rest, maybe not. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do, I think, in our sides at the moment.
Absolutely. It was a great game to go to. 100%. Marvel Stadium is great. Pies are so much cheaper than the MCG. Oh, there you go. Didn't buy any food. We were pretty stuffed, I think, by the time we got to the G.
Yeah. I think Marvel Stadium. Marvel's one of those ones. I think Optus Stadium do it as well now because it's controlled by the AFL. They're all like, yeah, let's go and try and be like family friendly and stuff. So that's just how it's worked out.
Other trade options for me could be bringing Oliver and Darcy Fort. What are we talking about here?
Guys,
not just Darcy Fort.
Get some real primos in, like Charlie Comben.
He's 367, right? How much is Darcy Cameron? 412. Well, for around 50K, you can get number 1 ruckman. Come on, I would 100% be picking Darcy Cameron. Thank you, Ted. Hi guys. Yes, indeed. Good to see you, James.
James.
Indeed. Rest in peace, Neil. Imagine how big this coming King's birthday game will be. Should be huge. I hope the same way the Pies were really big on what they did for Pendles, that they also go above and beyond them. And obviously Melbourne, Melbourne, massive connection with Neil. And then the night before, our boys versus your boys, Tatum, obviously big connection with the Bombers as well. So I really hope King's birthday eve and King's birthday, both, respective games go ham and properly honor the great man. Harry, hey, gents, Brizzy have forgotten how to football, and so has half my Supercoach side, but somehow still in the Supercoach Cup. Man, must be nice.
Mate, you must have got like the best matchups in a row for that to happen. Joe and I survived round 1, and then that was it because round 2 came, and I think I had scored like 2,200 versus a 25. So yeah, it's Supercoach Cup. It's an interesting concept. It just kind of feels, I don't know. I'm going to say it feels a bit one-sided, but it definitely feels a bit one-sided. One bad week and you're out. I guess that's kind of the whole aspect of the thing, though, isn't it, Joe?
Bro, I lost to a Sam Berry 171.
Yeah. It's funny. It's just you have to laugh. If you don't laugh, you cry.
Honestly, it just sums up the year, doesn't it? I don't want to grab a player that was a late in though. True. I can understand that. Mid-season draft tomorrow. It is. Surely Artemis plays quick. I think the Tigers take Artemis. I don't think the Bombers take him.
Nah, 100% you guys are taking him.
Why?
I don't know, because you need running halfbacks, apparently.
We don't. That's the thing.
New news coming out today about how you guys have had like a last-minute meeting with him. So I assume it's going to go ahead. Yeah, I really think it's going to happen.
Look, if he comes to us, he's going to probably play on a wing or maybe forward, knowing Brad doesn't know how to do shit, right?
It's interesting. It's interesting you say that. So
Why?
I've heard on the I'm 100% wrong, but I've heard on the grapevine today that Big Brad may be going. So we'll see if that happens. But I've heard on the grapevine that may be happening. So we'll see what's up. But yeah, I've definitely heard that. It is the right time to do it. Bombers didn't learn from what happened when they went after Clarko with like a month before he signed up at North Melbourne. You've got to give.
Bro, it was a day. It was like a day or two.
Yeah,
before.
it was like 2 days beforehand. Yeah. So you got to give these coaches enough time to be able to jump in and do what they need to do. Not that he was ever going to go to Essendon anyway, but yeah, I've heard that may be on the cards. So we'll see what's up and go from there. Yeah. But yeah, I've heard today you guys did like another meeting. You've met with him twice this week, and then you've met with him again now. Melbourne's opened up another spot in the MSD as well. Shane McAdam, the one that came over from Adelaide, McAdam, has been retired as well. So they've got 3 list spots. There's a couple of other clubs with 2 or 3 list spots. So yeah, going to get a few options. If they play or not play early is probably the big question, I think.
Christmas in May. From your lips to God's ears, Big J. The sooner he's gone. Oh, Jesus, the sooner I can't wait. I'm giddy with excitement. Another option could be Ed Richards and Decam. Yeah, I don't mind that. I much prefer that.
You just got to be careful of round. If you don't have too many round 16, you're okay. But Geelong, Bulldogs, 2 other clubs as well. Like, plus all of our St Kilda players, and then like Max Gawn and Cozzy Pickett. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people for round 16. It's coming up very, very quickly.
Get like a Zach Merritt instead. What's Ed Richards cost?
Like $520K or something, I think. It's relatively cheap.
522, yeah. 522. How much is Zach? 554, 30K. Maybe too big of a disparity. I was to go mids around the 525 marks, eh? I mean, if you don't have Nick, great time to get him. And his buy is also quite good because not too many Carlton primos, not too many Collingwood primos.
And then you just got like Luke Jackson, and then that's it.
Yeah, and then Hawks, no primos there either. So yeah, it might be a good week to do Dacos and Decam if you haven't got Dacos. Going Artie Jones, McAndrew, and Lindsay. Oh, going Lindsay early. Bro, Lindsay plays the Bombers this week. Might be a good week to hold on to him still. What's Lindsay's break even? Still pretty low, like 55 or something, isn't it? Sorry, it's 81. It's 81.
Yeah, but I still think he'll score well. The kid was scoring really well for the first half, similar to Leo Lombard, and just kind of fell off the cliff. Quickly pull it up. Magpies and Eagles. And it sucks that I got rid of Milan Murdoch. I'll just get that out there now before I do my team review. I would have loved a 94 instead of the Grundy 86 or some stupid number.
He's got the Bombers this week to get around him. He's gonna do well. Milan Murdoch F6 baby, let's go.
Yeah, that's it, man. If you could be really cheeky if you had like no trades, right? I'm even half considering this. If you had no trades and you were just like the forward line is dog shit and you do not care, I could see a world where people trade in Jagger Smith and then trade in RD Jones. Not RD Jones, sorry, Milan Murdoch, just to finish off their forward lines and just be like, cool. If you got rid of them, okay, but you could totally just just finish off your forward line. I mean, like, who else is really even there? There's not a lot. Especially Jagger Smith now getting CBAs. Like, it's pretty brutal.
It's hot, sorry. I'm freaking sweating underneath this. It's too hot in here. But yes, message has been sent. I don't mind Heaney. I think Heaney's got a break-even of 160. But let's be real. Against the Tigers, who are on cloud 9 after beating the Bombers, it's going to be a rude crash back to reality for the Tigers. And Heaney could very well and truly score 160 plus. So I wouldn't be surprised. So yes, if you're getting Heaney this week, don't mind it. Not a bad buy around because not too many Brisbane primos, not too many Bombers primos, and no West Coast primos. So yeah, the Swans, great players to trade in with around 15 buy.
Kind of wish one of my Blakey died this weekend.
Oh, Blakey. What happened to Blakey?
He's got like 68.
Oh yeah, he got shut down. He got tagged.
That's what I'm saying. Guy's coming off a 150. It's like, nah, sorry, not again. Not happening.
No, 100% Globes. Can't take absolutely anything for granted. We have so much to be thankful for, especially in this country. It's been a year of carnage, indeed. Would rather have Whitfield miss a game than do an injury and pop out a stinker. True?
Yeah. I suppose that's true. We've got enough rookie coverage anyway. Just sucks that he's not a midfielder.
Right. Grundy versus Holmes this week. Us, Cameron Christensen.
Hey, Cameron, can I have some trades? That's all I'm going to say. I really like... My question is, what happened to Grundy last week? Because Grundy absolutely shit the bed. He just fell apart and was just like... Nah.
They threw 4 ruckmen at him, apparently.
Yeah, it is a rough time. That would be my only reasoning with Grundy not to pick him. I do like Max Holmes, though. You just got to really be careful of that round 16 buy because it is going to come out of nowhere. Say, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, like Grundy. Thoughts on Kieran Briggs? You've got Kieran Briggs in your team?
No, he's saying thoughts on getting Kieran Briggs.
No.
You can do better.
Maybe. You could.
You can do
What's
better.
his price?
Not
410.
even price. Like
410.
Just do better.
You can totally do better. I get you're low on trades, but you can't be getting this because he's going to be torching you compared to what other people have at R2 for the rest of the year. Throwing up between Dogger Jackson or Sherry. Sherry before Eagles at 600k feels like the way to go.
I don't mind Sherry. I think he's going to be great. There's just something about him that I don't know what it is, has just not been working at all. So I'm a little bit wary of saying, hey, go for him, because there's matchups that he should win and he doesn't win. And then there's matchups he loses and then he does okay. So, yeah, I'm a little bit wary of saying, hey, go do this. And then, Big J, you told me to get him and he didn't do very well. What's going on?
Yeah, no, I look, I don't mind. You can't go wrong with either. Because what's Jackson's price at this point? Jackson 613. So they're both the same. If I was to go to the DVP for the rest of the year, have a look at the run home for Ruckman. Average. So Freo have the best run home. Having said that, 2 red matchups before the bye. Whereas North have a pretty tough run home.
But post by North Melbourne is very good.
And Richmond. So, yeah, either way, I mean, take your pick. Do you want a tough start and then ease up, or do you want an easy start and then tough to run home? I don't know. It's a tough one. Maybe Jackson seems to be more. I don't know. Actually, I've got no idea. Who would you pick? Let's ask Grok. Just for shits and giggles. 2 seconds while I ask the AI. Maybe the AI, the overlord. Hello. Can you please advise on who is a better trade in target this week in AFL Supercoach between Luke Jackson and
See what we've come to, guys.
Tristan Sherry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's see what Mr. Grok says while we bust through some more questions.
Whatever Grok tells us, we'll do the opposite. I reckon.
Is that how it works?
That's how it works, because this thing is a stupid. Luke Jackson is generally the better trade target right now over Tristan Sherry, especially for most coaches. What is that even supposed to mean?
I think it means like more people have Jackson than have Sherry, maybe.
He's thriving with hands rock roll. Rich Fremantle, solid 3-week average, but overall reliable premium output. Break even around 185. Meanwhile, Tristan Sherry, high career peak upside, but more volatile. Missed games early, recent lower scores, and a 3-week average of 107. Jackson's played more games and shown better floor, volume, consistency in 26, while Sherry has the highest ceiling, but more risk variance. There you go. When to prefer Sherry? If you need massive ceiling upside and okay with variance, if your team has specific buy DPP needs. The amazing thing is, never once has it mentioned that Tristan Sherry has the buy this week. So if you pick Tristan Sherry this week, when to prefer Sherry? When you don't want a playing player this week.
That's it, mate. Smart Grok.
Very smart. Very smart. Get Jackson. Merritt or Baz Smith this week?
I would 100% be picking Baz Smith. Even though he's a bit more expensive, I would be getting Baz 1,000%. You just have to be careful of the buy round. That's the only thing. If the buy round hurts you, then okay. I mean, well, it's not okay, but that'd be my only thing.
20
got to navigate
very nice.
If you got like Joe and I are not, let's be honest, right? Joe and I are not pushing for finals at the moment, but not like North Melbourne. But for you guys that are really competing, the buy rounds are going to be the thing, and they're always the thing that makes the difference between the good and the bad players. So if you can, navigate the buys as best as you can, because there will be people, and players will get rested. We're starting to see it already, but there will be people who don't navigate the buys, and you're gonna struggle. So
you can say that again, Michael. 100%. Got Whitfield 2. Some courses in a few forward lines that are poo. Yeah, yep. I mean my forward line is not. I mean, it's got 2 out already. And then in round 16, Flanders and Pickett are out. Philippou won't be there. Come around 16, but still. Yeah, it's not ideal. More traditional route could do in trades. Cook and Lombard to Holmes and a 99k rookie.
The thing is, right? So just wait. Sorry, Joe. Just wait for the 99k rookies, yeah, because the MSD is going to be there. So you're guaranteed to have 99k rookies. Like you're actually guaranteed this week to have 99k rookies. So just like do your trades, put a placeholder in because MSD is tomorrow. So we're going to get 99k rookies, boys and girls. It's going to be okay.
Indeed. I wouldn't get 99k rookie now. I if you haven't got Ison, I think Ison's a must. Yeah. You need to get Ison.
Banfield too, I would say.
I feel like Banfield is optional, but Ison is an absolute must.
So he has a negative 85 break even. If he sneezes, he's going to make money.
That's if he keeps his spot in the team.
Oh, bro, 60. So negative 60, close enough. Yeah, I think he's looking really good. The DPP is nice. Yeah. The DPP is most wanted. My problem is my rookies are the same as your rookies in the midfield, barring Murdoch, of course. So I look at it and I'm just like, hey, I have to like offload a Burton that's made no money or an Anderson that's still got money to make or a Cumming or a Rechko to be able to get Einstein in. Like if you've got those four, which one are you going to get rid of?
Maybe Cumming, but what's his break even now? Like 25.
20. Yeah. Like it's really tough to figure out which one you're going to get rid of.
And you know what you do? We say stuff you to Lombard and we bring Murdoch forward. And
now you can. You can, obviously, but for people that don't have Murdoch in the forward line.
And then we get Jack Ison, the Bison. And then we could do McAndrew down to Banfield. And then could get Marshall to Holmes. And it leaves 190k in the bank. Or alternatively, it's not McAndrew.
No, I like that. I like that. It's better. Yeah, that's good. Keep that. That looks good.
You could also get rid of Mateus.
No, but Mateus, like you got 190k, so Mateus plus that equals a primo anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like one trade down, and then you've got Mateus up to a primo.
Could I do?
No, get rid of Marshall's cooked, bro. Marshall's done.
Yeah, Marshall is out.
I know.
What's his face? It was.
I reckon Lombard's done. Cummings got too much money left to make.
Who was the Senko player again?
Yeah, Leo Lombard's struggling, I think.
So Lombard, Marshall, Cumming, to Ison, Holmes, and Banfield. I mean, that's not too bad. That's 3 rookies. Still leaves what's his face? Still leaves McAndrew next week playing against Richmond, no? Or was it Geelong? Geelong.
No, it's not Richmond.
He's got Geelong. He's had a pretty decent run of form. I think it's pretty all right. 3 rookies out for a Uber Primo and 2 money makers. I mean, I might just do that for now. I don't know. I think it's all right. I need another defender. I can't be relying on Edwards at D6, for example. So I need to do that. Gets Lindsay to D6 there. I don't know. That might be all right. See what happens. But yeah. Yes, you did beat me, Globes. Indeed. Well done. Good stuff, mate. Wish I'd bloody held Jagger now. I know. Jagger's got the DPP. Jagger's on fire. Playing in the middle now.
Getting bulk CBAs, bro.
Look, all it took was one Muppet to get sacked, and all of a sudden,
all it took was the coach to get delisted.
And all of a sudden, Bob's your uncle. This guy can now speak fluent Chinese. So he's got 52%, 52% CBAs, 108 in a very decent performance with forward status. Anyone's averaging, anyone doing 100 in the forward line is a primo. So yeah, I wish I kept him. But how was I supposed to know that Voss was going to get sacked that quickly? Do you know when your Bombers going to follow Carlton, get rid of the coach, start winning some games?
Might be this week.
If Big J, if what Big J says comes to fruition. G'day, Jamie. How's it going? Good to see you.
Up, Jamie.
West Coast robbed right in front of me. Right in front of me. No, you weren't robbed. It was a good game. It was very solid. I think you guys are going to absolutely smoke us. Holy crap, you're going to smoke us this week. 14 premiums this week. 15 if Whitfield plays from nowhere.
Yeah.
14.
Good.
How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 for me as well. But you got 15 if Whitfield plays. Very nice. Blue numbers. I don't know what this was in relation to. Hey, lads, I'm trading out Bustling at a Banfield, which means Holmes goes into my backline. Nice. Hopefully, I need only 2 more upgrades. What?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some pretty done teams, Joe, this year. I think we're definitely behind the 8 ball in terms of players needing to be finished, but there's some very, very much done, almost done teams.
Holy crapola! And let's go north, Rip Neal. Who's the better pick to get in this week? Heaney or Holmes? Cash is not a problem. I'll be getting both within this buy round regardless. Leaning towards Heaney.
Yeah, Heaney versus Tigers is going to be interesting, right? But he does have a crazy high break even. So you've got to kind of weigh that up and be like, hey, do I think he's going to score a 160? He could, but it's a 160, yeah? So I think Holmes is just going to be a solid 120, you'd think.
He'll be close to D1. Look, if you're going to get one or the other, get the cheaper one who's more likely to go up in price. So maybe Holmes this week, but then again, you want the points. Sorry. So I reckon you get Heaney this week and live life to the fullest. Because if Holmes goes 128 again next week, say for example, if he goes 128 next week, he goes up 8K, right? And 128 isn't really hurting you if Heaney goes 160. It's good because it's giving chance to tap with the correct. Again, you mentioned, but sorry, Globes, I apologize. He'll go after Carlton and beat you by 15 goals up the baggers. That's it, Tatum, isn't it? Carlton never going to lose a game. Hearing Carlton like Sam Toner, I like Sam Toner as well. If Carlton likes Sam Toner, then automatically that means you're sacking your list manager. He's done wonders because, yes, I like him. 3 home wins in a row coming up. Who do the Eagles play at home? I know they've got the Bombers this week. They got the Bombers this week, obviously.
Yeah, and then in 2 weeks, you play North. North redemption game coming up, maybe. We'll see. We're still on a high from beating Gold Coast, so yeah, we'll see what's up.
Jack, how are you? Better end to the week after last time we spoke. Good to hear, man.
Nice. I hope you're doing well, Jack.
2,300 with Grundy. Tempted to grab Oliver this week. Good buy cover, or should I wait till after the buys? I like Clary.
I like Oliver. I think Oliver is legitimately going to have a redemption game against Melbourne this week. He's getting to the point where it's just nonsense. Callahan, everyone, and this is why I picked him, right? But you all know the story. And I could have got him in and got Callahan instead with more expensive and shocking season for me. But this is one of the reasons why I really liked him, was the fact that he just doesn't cop attention, and he's basically been playing halfback. He pushes that far down the ground. His scores are fantastic, and GWS is no slouch. So for 540K, you can do much worse. I think it's very cool.
Yeah, I like him. He's good. Where's nobody getting on the Freo forwards? Bolton, Tracy, even Reed, all worth owning.
Yeah, I don't know about Bolton, but Reed's really good. If you're struggling to finish your team, grab a Murphy Reed. With no Hayden Young in the team, I think he's getting bulk CBAs at the moment, and just looks good and he's fun to watch. A little bit like Connor McDonald in the terms of, hey, he's very high impact, but his floor is a lot better. So I don't mind him.
Well, Murphy Reed at the moment is F17.
But what's the 3-round average, though?
Jay Bolton, F7. Josh Tracy, F3. 3-round average. BJ Williams, Josh Tracy, Riley Sanders, Sam Flanders, DeBlowy, Chazell, Rankin, Wright, Dos Metros Petros. Unfortunately, he's injured. Jack
and then
Ross.
Murphy Reed comes in.
Murphy Reed, F10.
Is that scoring Petrarca? Pretty good.
In terms of the last 3 rounds. Yeah, true. That's because Petrarca's got Darwin games in him. And Petrarca doesn't play Darwin. He's not a true Sun yet. Whatever. He's still a demon dressed in Sun's clothes. So he doesn't quite flourish in the Darwin conditions. As soon as he came back to Victoria, bang, went 118. This is more his climate. This is more his climate as soon as he came back to Earth.
Looks like Port Adelaide may steal Blamet from North Melbourne's grasps. So we'll see if that happens or
not. Because Clark sucks, by the way. So, yeah, Clark is bringing a bad name to Fremantle's Supercoach picks. Round 16, everyone will be cooked, so it should even out. True. But if you're not cooked in that round, then that gives you a massive leg up.
Yeah, that's it, Joe. You've got a 100%. You've nailed it on the head right there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, might be one too many premiums. Might be one too many. 7 premiums out this week. It's only 2 in defense. It's only 2 in the mids. It's a ruck. 2 in the forwards. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot out. 7. Maybe I don't go homes this week. Trade Rochelle or hold? Can go 2 trade. Nah, I'd because of the Rankin injury, it could very well mean that Rochelle gets his CBAs back again, right?
Someone has to.
Because if we go to the centre bounce attendances, long may it remain as a centre bounce. So if you look at the centre attendances, if you look at this, so where's Rochelle? Where is he? Rochelle, there he is. So Rochelle has slowly but surely losing CBAs every single week at the same time that Rankin CBAs have been going up every single week. So now that Rankin has done who knows, what's Rankin done? A hammy?
Yeah, something's happened.
So he's not going to play. So could get a bump up in Rochelle CBAs now. That's the thing. So, yeah, I don't know. See how that goes. Tatum says get rid of him. Fair enough. One of my mates is screwed. Bont, Richard Sanders, Wilkie, Sinclair, Cozzy, Gorn, Baz, Holmes, Flanders, and Dale.
Just don't turn on the game that week. You'll be fine.
He's just not watching football that week.
Yeah.
Can we just hold off on trades? Got Ison. Yeah. I think Banfield. If you got Ison, get Banfield then.
Yeah. We've got a few. There's a few of us that have kind of players around the mark. I'm not going to say Artie Jones, but Todd Marshall, Lombard, Blamires, if you still have him, Selwood, if you've got DPP, these guys that are ready to go and be traded. So I wouldn't be adverse to forcing a trade on one of these 250k guys, getting in someone that is looking like, and he's going to be able to carry you for the next 4 weeks, I reckon. The way that he's playing, St Kilda are idiots to get rid of him.
Maybe I go Nick Dacos instead of Holmes this week. 107 break even for Holmes. I also traded Mr. Money Murdoch, Big J. I still have Jagger. Oh, very nice. Nice. Good job.
Yeah, Jagger F6 for the year, bro. Just do it. I'm gonna see if I can finagle it and get him into my team. We'll see.
Hey, Frank Spiteri. How are you, Frank? What do we do with Houston? Houston?
I remember that name. I used to have him in the team. Then he was good, and then he was shit. And then he's back to being shit again, apparently.
See, Houston, you know, I never
He scores 150 this week just to spite us.
See, I traded him out. I had no qualms that he had 2 back-to-back decent weeks. I couldn't care less because I know he's a fraud, and frauds are unpredictable, unreliable. Look at that. 86, 75, 46. I got no issues with this. You just got to hold him. This is a Darcy Moore hammy, which means more ball for Houston, unfortunately. So you're going to have to hold on to him. Now that Darcy Cameron's done his, not Darcy Cameron, now that Dylan Moore has done a hamstring, he'll get more of the pill now. Jagger will average 90 for the rest of the year. Damn, I wish I kept him.
Easy. He's sub 500k, man. Still get him in.
I think Rankin was
like
listed as
390. 390 with the DPP. It's beautiful.
I won't say. It'll be tomorrow till the injury list comes out for Rankin. But it's a hammy. You'd expect no less than 3.
Yeah. They said like 3+ weeks, I think.
Because he had history, you know. So you can't be rushing this guy back considering his history. 100% massive rebound coming. Massive. I've even contemplated going Heaney myself. And I still might, to be honest. Can I do it? Is there any DPP that can help me finagle it? Goodson, Zach Kostelski, McAndrew, and trade out McAndrew next week. And then use Zach Kostelski as a loop. That's pretty funny. If Murdoch scores 100 in one of the next 2 matches, which he probably will against the Bombers, with all of our injuries and our lack of confidence, I'm going to trade Clark on his bye and just run him at F6. Got a ruck in my flex anyway, so best 22 should help cover. Yeah, I'm having Murdoch in my F6, I think. Hey, fellas. G'day, Mr. Muppet.
What's up, Muppet?
Baz or Heaney? Currently ranked 512. He's not a Muppet.
Beautiful score. Beautiful. I would probably just have a look at most owned and go from there. I think Bailey Smith is too solid, though. You just got to, with your rank, round 15 buy is going to be the thing. Sorry, round 16 buy is going to be the thing that really hurts. So you just got to be like, hey, what am I doing? Am I hoping that I'm going to make some jumps up, or do I want to be that guy that's got 8 players out in that buy round? That's probably the only consideration I would probably have.
Yeah, that's why I get Heaney to capitalize on the logjam of round 16 buy.
Because there's going to be, we've already seen some teams with like all the Doggist players, the Geelong players, Melbourne too. It's a lot.
Don't worry, anyone who had a bad week. I left the frickin' Sion Perez and had a Grundy VC. Yikes. Only thing I could do is Watkins to Banfield back down to 60k. Yeah, why not? They're literally just targeting all their bodies. Tigers won't be able to do anything. Yeah, they won't. 100%. They don't have the manpower to do it. Yeah, Grundy's going to go huge. Gavin Barley. Hey, Bali in the name. I like it. Hey, Initiator, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well.
What was that, Joe? Barley in the name.
Because his name is Gavin Barley.
Okay.
There's Barley in the name. Literally. What do you mean? What's there not to get? Sherry could be good after his bye. Can't trust him though whenever there's blood around. The problem is there's always blood inside you, Flash. You can always just smear it on. Surely he's learned his lesson from now. I can't believe he had to learn the lesson.
You'd think so, right? But he's a North Melbourne player, so I don't know.
Freaking one big galozzo. In a couple of weeks, I'll be about the same price. So just who's best for the rest of the year? Indeed. Yeah. And you'd probably think Baz, with his run home, is almost got one hand on the Brownlow, dare I say. Is anyone going to beat Baz Smith for the Brownlow this year? I reckon it could be Baz.
Cheeky shout if you want to put some money on him.
I think the Baz might be the favourite, to be fair. Surely Baz's favourite. Wilson Bailey Williams? No, thanks. Geelong was always going to target Grundy. Glad I waited. Well done, Michael. Do I get Jackson this week or wait a week for price drop?
Smarter than me, Michael, because I would have been able to double upgrade this week.
Smarter than me as well.
Yeah, it's rough.
But then I'm missing an extra primo this week, so I'm trading McAndrew for him. Who's Jackson play again? Brisbane at the Gabba?
Yeah.
Any rush to get Jackson this week? What's his break even again? 185 against Brisbane. What's the rush? No rush. It's my last 50-50 call. Cheers, Joe and Big Jake. Good to see you. Whatever Grok recommends, I'll go the other way. Next year, we should go to the Grok team. Oh, no, not a Grok team. All right. That's a good idea, though. That'd be pretty funny. What about DCAM? I like DCAM. I don't like Blowjob Williams. I was shitting bricks after Baz's first half. What a third quarter. The guy, you can't keep him down. Because he tortures you both ways. In that, if you try to tag him, not too many taggers can run as fast, as hard as he can. He's explosive. So if you try to tag him on the outside, he'll take you to the inside because he's a great clearance winner. And if you try to get him, if you put someone big and lumbersome on him, he'll just torture you on the spread. So Baz is actually a really hard matchup to lock down. So
it's the high impacts that does it, right? Like we've seen games where he kicks a goal from outside 50, just goes bang and then that's it. We've seen other games where he runs through and gets 5 touches in 3 seconds. Like it's very, very hard. Very, very hard to stop him, which is why he's so good.
The answer is to Burton. He's barely in the team. He just doesn't make any money, though. He's literally making 53K.
Yep. It's not good. It's not what we want.
Not dead rookie. True. Trade Lindsay out for Wilkie for 50K and leave Holmes in the midfield, or get Dacos for this week's trade upgrade. I like Dacos. If you haven't got Dacos.
Yeah. I'm wary on Wilkie.
Nick Dacos at 5'15", with a break even of 94, and his last 3 against the Doggies are pretty good. What's that as an average? Maybe around 130, 140? Maybe 130. So if he goes 135, he goes up to 532. I don't want to miss out on that. And the Pies have a pretty good break, have a pretty good buy as well. Could I do it? Could I get him instead? If I was to trade out Burton or Python, say for example, and then I did Lombard to Banfield. I have to trade out Marshall. 502. No, not enough. Fortunately, Burton is too much of a spud. That's fine, Joe. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so you like my first 3 trades? All right, cool. Harley Reid 150. He probably does. He probably does. I mean, we're decimated at the moment, and decimated on the field and in our hearts, just completely shell shocked. Is it worth dropping Houston over Lindsay this week? I'm dropping Selwood either way. I just need to decide between Merritt and Heaney. Heaney probably outscores Merritt for the rest of the year, but they're pretty close. Merritt's tried and true, reliable. What's the price disparity as well? Merritt is 554, whereas Heaney is probably 600. Yeah, it's a big price disparity. I like if for that price difference, could go Merritt and then get Heen Dog next week. But then again, Heaney's got the Tigers, and I wouldn't be surprised if Merritt cops Murdoch. Ultimately, money is for points, and let's be real, Heaney's going to outscore Merritt this week. You'd imagine. I'm thinking Wilkie's going to be tough to grab with Holmes and Sinclair already back in my side. Yes, agreed. Isaac gets managed against the Tigers. Wait on him. Ooh, profile picture. I like it. Isaac Heaney gets managed against the Tigers. Wow, that's a huge call. BJ Williams West Coast will make money around 12. Dump McAndrew. Could very well dump McAndrew and get if I had a boost, which I no longer do, I could have double down, double up this week. Could have listened to you on Merritt, VC, Big J, top 1K, 9th and 7th on Belly Williams. I think both of us don't like Belly Williams personally. Bloody team of the week had Short. Of course they did. Blue Iris. Any players to look out for in the midseason draft? Jackson Artemis is one. But yeah, ultimately it just depends on the players. I think the Pies would get an intercepting defender. What's his name again? What's his name? But the Pies are definitely linked to an intercepting tall defender.
There's some pretty good articles at the moment.
Is Kawuki a buy? Not for me, he isn't. I already have Sinclair. I'm just cognizant. And if I was to get Holmes, I don't want to be overly invested in round 16.
Yeah.
7 ain't that much for 16. Should be fine. All right. I'm glad you think so. Whitfield trade-in hasn't panned out for me. 79 and a donut.
It sucked, man. Same with Zach Bailey for a lot of people too. It's been really rough.
Dan Kern's also in that equation. Shelley's a bust. Bloody Nick's playing Phil Thorpe as a CBA mid over. Having said that, Phil Thorpe is a freaking freak of nature. I won't be cooked for any of my buy rounds. Built my team perfectly for it. Round 15, 16, both will have 5 out after I get Heaney and Holmes. Wow! Love it, Exorism. Beware of a man with a plan, as they say. I've got 6 primers at round 16, but I think a lot of people are the same. Yeah. I only have 3 out. Ooh, Blue Iris. That's hot. Aussie abroad. Hey, lads, what's better? Murphy, Reid, and Heaney, or Cozzy and Blakey? The first option would mean Cozzy next week, Sherry after. And the second option would mean that Heaney is next and Sherry after. So you're telling me that if you go option 1, you'll still end up with Cozzy, Sherry, and Heaney. And if you go the second option, you'll still end up with Cozzy, Sherry, and Heaney. So really, the question is,
do I get Cozzy, Sherry, and Heaney?
Blakey. The question is Murphy, Reid versus Blakey. That's the question. Who would you pick, Big J? Murphy, Reid, or Blakey?
Who does Blakey play? What's the matchup? Just scroll down, just pull it up.
So for designated kickers...
No, not even that. Just give me the teams. Which teams are playing?
Sydney have a pretty decent run home. Richmond, St Kilda, Port before the bye.
Bro, Blakey's going to murder Sydney. Blakey's going to murder Richmond. Like, even if the ball never goes into the Sydney back line, he's just going to push forward and kick goals. Like, he's going to... Sometimes DVP lies. Yeah. That's not good.
You lied to me.
Yeah.
All those times you said it was green matchup. You lied to me. Yeah, so get Blake. Blake is likely top 6. More likely to be top 6 than Reed is. Doing either Clark, Houston, Cook trade, or I'll just do one trade, either Lombard or Cook down to Banfield. Or could you do Cook and someone else? You know, if you've gone early on Ison, for example, and you need Banfield, could you then go Cook to Banfield and then Marshall to a Primo, for example?
I think
be trading out.
I think Cook's done.
Yeah, Cook is done for sure. That's what I'm saying. But does he have to trade out Houston and Clark for it? That's the question. Houston, we have a problem. Hate owning him and Clark. Bro, I've got Clark, Callahan,
Next year, never
Walsh,
again. Never again. Geordie Clark at 300k, okay, but never again. He just gets dicked around so much by the coach, and it's just like, yeah, cool. This week you're tagging, and it's like, oh, thanks, mate. You know, whatever.
Very nice. Getting the Liz 2 weeks ago. Beautiful. I wish I listened to myself and got the Liz 2 weeks ago. But I still have Bolton and Bailey. Bolton? What, Shea Bolton? What's wrong with that? And Zach Bailey? What's wrong with him? He's averaging 93.8 for the year. It's not too bad. Oh, that's unfortunate, Initiator. My trade's really falling off a cliff. Mate, it swings and roundabouts. It's all a bit of luck. It's a wazy, it's a wazy, it's a hazy, it's a woozy, it's a fugazi. You know, whatever bloody, whatever the sentence was from bloody Wolf of Wall Street. None of us are in control of anything. All you can do are make calculated decisions that you believe will help benefit your team. And if, for example, if they don't work out, so be it. They don't work out for various factors outside of your control. Freaking boosted in Nazaya. All right? Shut up. Don't talk to me. I boosted in Nazaya. Don't talk to me. Philippou never smelled so good.
Yeah.
Do I hold ranking then? Nah. Rank. Oh, true.
I would be waiting. I would be waiting for injury news, but there's it's interesting. I'd just be waiting for the injury news, I think.
Well, the thing is, if he's out only during the bye rounds, it's best 18 those weeks anyway. So you could just hold on to him. I reckon. Have him as a pod.
He's back soon.
One interesting stat, Heaney's only gone over 130 twice this year.
Yep. Yeah.
That is interesting. Murdoch and Smith looping at F6 is goated. Murdoch and Smith?
Yep.
True,
very good.
Amazing. Adam, is it the bookies paid off Grundy for the result? He destroyed all the multis. Fair enough. Thinking just Cook to Ison this week. Nice, Michael. Very nice. Go big.
I do think Banfield's very good though. If you can get Banfield, chuck him in.
Yeah. Hey, legend. Sorry, I'm back. Haven't been talking much. Just had dinner and talking to women trying to organize a date. For any single men out there who are in the 18-year-old sort of age bracket, Kobe had 5 women trying to get his number last week. So, and he's now got multiple women trying to organize a date. So any single men out there, or single ladies who swing that way, you can certainly hit up Kobe. He'll look after you. Jack, not sure which rooks to trade to get Ison and Banfield. My rookies are still making cash. Have Ryan, Jones, Cumming, Angry Anderson, Cook. I think Cook can go. Cook is cooked. Edwards and Scary, who to trade for the other rooks? Artie Jones maybe is a cook too.
Yeah,
I think he has high break even.
He does a lot, but if you can go Cook and Jones and grab Banfield and Ison, I think you're doing okay. He's scored kind of where he needs to in the past. It's just like last game we watched it and he was around the mark. Nothing just happened. So it made it really tough.
So yeah, could do him and Cook, or could do Scary. What's Scary done? Or Sherry, whatever, you know what I mean. Who you?
I think he's had a couple of weeks, like a week where he just went back.
Negative 16. Nice.
He's jumped up. The 99k Frio rookie that came out of nowhere, that was shit for like 3 weeks, and then it's done it. He had one spike game kind of set him off.
Can't do Scary then. Yeah, probably Jones and Cook back. Thoughts on Lombard to Banfield and get McAndrew to Gorn?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah, that works. Can't believe Bont, Dacos, and Gohan 100k cheaper.
Yeah, Clark too. Clark's getting there. Sam Walsh, pretty much there. Hugh McCluggage, like 200k cheaper than his starting price. Yeah.
Absolutely back to my half. Oh, I can put him in flex. I brought Wilkie last week, but my defense is shambles. What? Your defense is shambles? I thought your defense is full. Roberts, Sinclair, Blakey, Clark, Wilkie, Worrell, and Zorko. What do you mean defense is How can your defense be shambles when it's full? It makes no sense, Jack. Roberts, Sinclair, Blakey, Clark, Wilkie, Worrell, and Zorko. Very cool. Why are you getting defenders for? You had a full defense. Interesting strat. I like it, Jack. Why you always lying? 100%. Hey, dirty drop it initiated. Good to see you, Mr. Spank. How you doing, mate? Holmes, Blakey, and Ison in. So what? You're missing out on what's his face? Missing out on. I keep forgetting the St Kilda player's name. I swear I got Banfield. He's banned in my mind for some reason. I don't know. I just can't remember his name. Are you missing out on Banfield? I'm hoping Angry Anderson comes back this week. Indeed. I've boosted in Blakey, Zach Bailey, Whitfield, and Rankin over the past 5 weeks. I'm cooked. Why?
There's a few of us. There's a few of us limping over the line. Let's be honest.
On top of that, the double down to Cumming and Burden had pigeon hold me.
Yeah, Burden's inability to make cash and Cumming. I think I spoke to about when it happened when Cumming scored like 20. It really just murdered a lot of our teams. I think it's not a great position.
Such a crap position. That's life, though. Indeed. I really want LDU since I don't have many out this week. Is there?
I'm a little bit wary of getting him this week. Just like it's tough to get players off their bye. Let's be honest, yeah.
Is anyone going to afford that for 502k? Is there anyone who's cheap that's good at 502? It's Cal Wilkie.
Like Worrell, Josh Worrell, but he's not gonna.
Look at that! Look at this! Look at this! Look at the loop! We can do whatever we want now. Got Tim Taranto. Why not Timmy T? No, that sucks. I'm not doing that. My focus is cash league, not overall. Okay, that's different then. It's a different strategy when you're playing for cash. Hugh McCluggage associate at the moment. He can get in the bin for now. Where's the bin? Just for you. Where's that bin? Hugh McCluggage? Hugh McCluggage? Or do you mean Hugh McGarbage? Hugh McGarbage! Garbage man! Garbage man starts with a G! You know, if you know that reference, You're a legend. Yes, Hugh McGarbage, fortunately, has sucked in a lot of people as Hugh McGarbage.
Yeah, me
Blowy,
too.
good to see you, Jonas. Blowy Williams, what will he finish? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10? What do you reckon, Jez? Where's Blowy Williams finish?
If he sticks around for the year, I reckon he's like F8. But there's always that random like key defender that will come in. Not key defender, sorry, key forward that kind of comes in out of nowhere.
Ruck contests for the Weagles. Solo rucking the last two. Actually, no. Sorry, he's not. Jack Williams is there. Why has he suddenly started scoring good?
Oh, he's just solo ruck. And I think West
He's
Coast
not,
are just
though.
being more competitive. That's the big thing. So as the team's more competitive, means that they'll be able to get more of the ball, which means more hit outs to advantage. And he's never been a crappy player around the ground. It's just been, the team itself that's not been good. So, yeah, if you can navigate that a little bit, you're doing well.
Yeah, but what's changed, though? Like, he's still got... I mean, he had 79, 71. It was just not Cooper Duff Tyler. It's now just Jack Williams doing it instead. So,
Well, Duff Tyler's not in the team.
Correct. So Jack Williams has been doing that ruck work that Duff Tyler was doing anyway. So it's not like the role has changed. It's probably, as you say, that they just got better. So does it persist? I don't know. I'm not getting him. I said I don't mind. I said I don't mind, Jez. Do you mind? Nope, I don't mind.
No. Guys, this is me for right now. Sorry, I just have to run off. But I will be catching members. No, I won't be in the member stream tomorrow. I'll see everyone on Thursday for the drive home. I'm not actually in the member stream tomorrow. So there we go. I'll catch everyone later. Go Roos. Hope you're having a great day. Joe will be on stream, but Big J is heading off. So catch you, everybody.
Hey, Jez.
See you, mates. Bye.
Bye. All right. Indeed. Kanga. They did very, very well, the Kangaroo guys. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I've got a good read on BJ Williams. The role is the same. He's just, I think, maybe capitalized on some decent matchups. Banfield or abandoned by Joey Field? Probably abandoned by Joe. I just can't remember his name for some reason. I like Brent Daniels. He looks good. Doesn't he always? But gee, the Giants look good in general. Holy crapola. 14. So did I, Kobe. So did I. 14 goals in a row in the third quarter. Wowzers. No one saw that coming. Daniel's getting midfield time. Could be a pod. He could very well. If we go back to... And that was the whole reason why we were interested in him before. That he could be that fourth in line midfielder. Brent Daniels. Yep, he was fourth in line. Third in line. After Clary and Finn. Insane. Last week. Now, Ash obviously had no centre bounces last week, though, because Whitfield was out. If Whitfield is back this week, could then send Ash back to the midfield, which could then also reduce Brent Daniels' midfield role. So don't anticipate this to be the norm. I've gone Dev Rob to Ison and Henry to Banfield. I'm doing McAndrew to Jackson. Nice. I like that. Edwards' game against Grundy was pretty decent. That it was. I rate him. I rate him. Good young ruck. Rodney, Banfield security in 2 weeks. I think he's ahead of Butler. I don't think Ryan kicks him out too. Machino Owen's back for sure. Higgins back for sure. But I think he played the first game with Higgins. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I did ask Kama, and he says he reckons he holds, but obviously with no real confidence. Yeah, Will Day. I mean, Will Day is such a burn man, Kobe. But yes, he's definitely going to be on the agenda. West Coast have lifted. True. They have. So it could very well be more hitouts to advantage. Thoughts on Ryan Myers at 380k in round 17? Yeah. Oh, happy to, for sure. 100%. I'm more than happy to consider him if I have trades, though. Bearded Ram, McAndrew, Cook, and Selwood out for Holmes, Ison, and Banfield. Oh, for Short? Is there a better person than Short? Well, how much does Jaden Short cost? 507. Is there a defender that's around 507? Probably not. It's very cheap. I mean, there is Worrell. Ash at 510. If you have 510, could get Lockie Ash. Great buy for Lockie Ash. Just 3,000 more. He is a known commodity, Lockie Ash. What happened to Luke Parker? I have no idea what happened to Luke Parker. I didn't watch the game until the last quarter. Sardis is playing this week. 100% Sardis has to play. He was in fact withdrawn. Him and Sergo were both withdrawn from the VFL last week because obviously we've had quite a bit of carnage. I think he has to play him a full game. I think we're just forced to out of necessity. Potentially no Caldwell. Potentially no. Because I think Caldwell should not play. The guy was clearly inhibited with syndesmosis type injury, so Caldwell should be out. Durham is concussed. So that's 2 midfielders gone. We had to play Roberts on ball, and we all know Roberts is not an on-baller. So I think he has to play a full game. Surely he plays more. I've had Daniels for 3 weeks. Sonia Michael will play a season one. See what you did there. Dunkley tag Finn Callahan. Brisbane were in the game. Fagan dropped tag. GWS on fire. Fire. Gee, they're hot. Their best is incredible. But let's be real. As good as they were, Brisbane clearly did not have their heart in it. So I'm not genuinely believing that the Giants are a realistic threat or chance at winning the flag this year. I just don't think so. I think Brisbane have a few question marks. We've seen time and time again in the last 2 years, though, that Brisbane have patches where they go down, where they dip. And then whenever they just need to, they just flick a switch and bang, off they go. So, look, I don't have my concerns still over the Lions. I have no concerns at the moment for anybody because they're not Essendon. The only team worth concern is the Bombers right now. Rankin, hold or trade. I don't know what the injury prognosis is for him, though. Has anyone commented on... Because obviously tomorrow night, the injury news comes out. So if we look at Rankin. So if we were to look at Rankin, let's see. What's the latest that people are talking on Rankin? Anyone commenting about Rankin? No one seems to There you go. No one seems to have any news about Rankin. So, idiot sandwich. Why? Adelaide lose by under 10 points everywhere away in Tas. Everyone knows Hawks never lose there. Adelaide lost Rankin after halftime. Letter. I have no idea what the point of this is. Seems a no-brainer when Rankin. All right, there you go. No news for Rankin. So if there's no news for Rankin, then I have to wait till tomorrow. If he's out for 3 weeks, it's best 18. You can hold on to him. If you have decent cover, you can hold on to him. And it'll be a nice pod for you. Brad Scott needs to go now, get sacked. Oh, there's no doubt he's going. And I think that loss on the weekend confirmed it. Just a question of when is the appropriate timing to do so. And I guess that's why I'm so relieved that we lost, personally, because it was the loss that we really needed. Zorko, I mean, the guy's unfortunately killing us a little bit, though. Let's be real. I traded in Zorko earlier in the year, and he killed me with that soft tissue injury, unfortunately. Yeah, Ash is good. Zorko, come on, people, something like that. I learned my lesson the hard way. I'm thinking, hey, Paul, how you doing, Mr. Viking? I'm thinking of getting Holmes and Merritt this week. Bro, if you can get both, that's amazing. I think Merritt's basically top 8 caliber mid, and Holmes is almost certainly a top 6 defender. Just watch out for round 16. Hopefully not overly invested there. It's good to see you smiling there. So do you do team reviews anymore? Well, I mean, team reviews sort of lose their meaning a little bit once we get to this point of the season, considering no one can win it. If you weren't in it to win it at this point, then there's no chance of you winning it. You know what I mean? But what's your name? What's your team name? I'll have a look at it. Any good rookies to keep an eye on to trade in next week? Good question, Ethan. I think you just go in for the mid-season draftee players. Break even, filter, less than 3 matches. So who debuted during the week? Bailey McDonald? He won't keep his spot in the team. Cameron Nan? He probably won't keep his spot in the team either. Yeah. There are no options this week. And that's the only reason why I think we're forced to double down with Ison and Banfield. Because there just aren't people. There just aren't people to select. So I just have to go with the double down this week. Hello! How are you, Mark? Good to see you, mate. How you traveling with the game? So I'm blaming you for going to watch them live. Haha, funny thing. It is a little bit funny. It was a great game to go to. Not going to lie. It was a lot of fun. Went there, obviously, with work, as you might have already heard. Went with work, and it was amazing. These were the seats. That was my view from where I was. So that was really cool. Great seat, level 2. In a corporate box, 3-course meal. We arrive late because, Jesus, the MCG is a labyrinth. It's like Hogwarts. Corridors within corridors, secret rooms. We were supposed to be like in the Medallion Club. And thankfully, Charlie hooked us up with some parking under the MCG. They have sniffer dogs going around every car. You got to pop open your boot. Every single passenger has to get out and get wandered. It's like as if you're going through a military site. Alpha, Echo, Delta, Bravo. Like they're talking into the bloody walkie-talkies. Honestly, as if you're walking in through a military site. So that was pretty interesting. And the reason why is because as soon as you park underneath the MCG, the race where the players walk up to get onto the ground is right there with all the rooms. So we were just seeing all these Richmond players walking in. which was pretty cool. It was obviously my first time ever down there. Finally found a spot to park, got up. You go, and all right, how do I get to my area? Oh, you go level 1. We go to level 1. No, you got to go to level 3. We go to level 3. No, you got to go to level 2. We get to level 2. They take us to this room. No, this is the members' dining room. You walk around to the other side. No, this is a bar. If you want to eat, you should go around. We go around. Then we finally get escorted to go up to level 3. We get to level 3. They tell us, no, it's actually between levels 2 and 3. You have to go back down to level 2 to then take a specific set of stairs that then takes you to a specific elevator that then takes you to within the area between 2 and 3. And then we get escorted 2 more times by 2 different sets of people before we finally found our room. It was insane. Honestly, it was as if you were a muggle walking through Hogwarts for the first time. Bonkers. The MCG, bonkers. And no one knows anything about anywhere you're supposed to be. Because you ask multiple people for directions and no one tells you. They'll be like, oh, that's a good question. Because at the end of the night, I'm trying to find my car parked underneath the MCG. And it took me no less than 40 minutes to find my car eventually. And look who we bump into in the car park. Sheens. It was Sheens himself. Right there. This is his car. And my car is right here behind this red pole. It took me 40 minutes of walking around with my colleagues from work. That's Sinjin, my boss, and that's Charlie, Melbourne supporter. But honestly, we were walking around trying to find my car, and after 40 minutes of wandering around, of course, it was none other than the great man himself, Kevin Shetty. It was such a crazy way to finish the night. We lost, which means Brad's going to get sacked, and we got to see Sheeds at the end. It was honestly, it was a great night. It was such a great night. So yeah, you can blame me as much as you want, Mark. You can blame me. I had an incredible time. Absolutely incredible time. Just talking finally. That's pretty funny. 100% it was mad. I know. He's the legend. The legend he was. Honestly, it was floor like 2.5. It was ridiculous, Blue Iris. The MCG is bonkers. I got no idea. I can't retrace my steps. Even if Lions do have a down year, they won't be down for long. No, you guys are set for a decade. The Lions, they're stacked. I've got zero concerns for the Lions. Why would Brad go when he can secure the... The funny thing is, Initiator, you hear Brad Scott talking as if it's hard work to lose. As if no one else can help this team lose like I can. I have to go the good rookies. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Exactly right. They might even play this week. They might not. But especially if they're interstate, if they're interstate, have to uproot their entire lives, then yes, they probably won't play that week. So, but if you're in the same state and you're playing like for an Essendon, for example, who is depleted, or Richmond that is depleted, could very well, whoever they pick, could just start playing straight away. 6 promos. I think that's the absolute max, Ethan. I think it should be all right. West Coast Eagles rule. Dale, Roberts, Whitfield, Sinclair, Houston, Lindsay. That's nice. Still got Blamires. Blamires can go. Smith, Butters, Bont, Falcon, Walsh, Strong. Yep, cool. Yep, and Cook can go. Gorn and McAndrew. Who's your flex then? Jagger. Nice. Petrarca, Flanders, Pickett, Rochelle, Daniels. Very nice. Bro, what do you need help with? You could very well just do Cook down to Ison, Artie Jones to Banfield, and get McAndrew up to Grundy. And Bob's your uncle. And you'll still have money in the bank, I reckon. Perez had a very good VFL game. Hopefully he can force his way back in. True. There you go. I've given you some ideas there. I like Harrison Oliver if he keeps his spot. Yeah, he did look very good, Harrison Oliver. Having said that, he only scored 35 on the weekend. Marshall's looked okay, but he's 180k. I don't think Marshall has looked okay. I think we're just coping a little bit. I don't think Marshall has looked okay at all, personally. I think Marshall's been just trying to find a new lease on life a little bit, but he's been displaced now that Asava's back. Supercoach take. Butters for captain after Grundy's shit show, but still scored 23-31. That's a great score. Going 2 trades in, 1 up, 1 down, Himes and Ison. Very nice, Mark. Very nice. I think you need Banfield, though. I think given the lack of rookies available for trade in next week, I think you need to get in Banfield. It's good to see you, Akka. Look at you, lazy bastard, getting such a cool view and food given to you. Kobe, I had to work for it. I had to. We were walking up, down, left, right. We had no idea where to go. I think I deserved it. Thoughts on Bailey McDonald from Hawthorn? Mate said he was damn near best on ground last week. Thinking about Jacques into him next week. I don't think Bailey McDonald's top 6, to be fair, to be honest. MCG is a great place to watch a game. Yeah, great one. The great one indeed. That's the exact joke I made, Michael. That is the exact joke I made. It was level 2 3/4. It was level 2 3/4 to get to where I was supposed to get. Hey, Tic Tac Slice, how are you? Oh, is that Fuji in the back? Yo, that's an amazing picture. Is that Fuji? Damn, I want to get to Japan so bad. Never been to Japan. It's 100% on a bucket list of mine. I don't know if you saw any North game, but will Kirch have any more defense time in the coming weeks? Bro. I'm not Clarko. I'm not Clark Joe, but possibly not. Where is he? Where's that North game? I think McKirch's role has changed. And it changed a few weeks ago. He's sort of just a bit all over the place at the moment. This role isn't conducive to being a top 6 of anything, but it is an important transition for Kobe McKercher as a player and for North Melbourne's future. They can't just have him seagulling it. They need him involved in the play. So, yeah, unfortunately, I think he's one that has to go. Shades is also another person talking a few times. He is. The funny thing about him is, like, this is free. Look at the colors of Richmond and Essendon. You'll notice it's black, yellow, and red. Those are the colors of the Indigenous flag. That's why I wanted these 2 teams together. And then for my GWS, because I helped start GWS, if you take the red of Essendon and the yellow of Richmond and you merge them together, you get orange. So the Giants were born from my playing and coaching era. That's what I don't know how much of that was cap. I don't know how much of that was just straight up lying bullshit, but I swallowed every bit of it up. I swallowed it all up. I think I do Sharp, Selwood, Rankin, Ison, Merritt, and Decamp. Wow. Look at that. So one premium became 2. That's fine. 3 rooks still on field. Excellent. Yeah, these are. I mean, Murdoch and Rechko for sure are good enough to have on field. Damn, 3 rookies on field left. That's amazing, man. It's better than me. Jesus. Got a wild one for you. Cook, McAndrew, Lindsay, and Anderson. Banfield, Holmes, Merritt. Edwards. I would not be getting Edwards in. Not. He's gone up how much now? He's gone up 100K. I would not be getting Edwards now. That ship has sailed, bro. That ship has long sailed. I would not be doing that. Or, look, you can have McAndrew at R3 this week because he's on the bye. So you could have McAndrew at R3 this week and then trade him out next week. I mean, it's not illegal to do so. Sam Marshall or Todd Marshall? Todd Marshall. You want to get Holmes in defense? You could, 100%. Anytime, bruv, anytime. One issue people having is Iceland's coming in, but what mid to trade out? Exactly. That is 100% the problem. Unless, of course, you could dish off someone from your forward line who has made you sufficient cash, because you might have a Murdoch with forward DPP. So it could be like Lombard's made you 170K. Now, yes, his break even is 26, but he's got Brisbane, then Geelong, then Hawthorn. He's got 3 contenders in a row. So realistically, what's Lombard going to score? So I'm not against trading out a Lombard, swinging Murdoch forward, and getting Ison. 289. That's like $176,000 right there. Boom shakalak. That I think is a very suitable trade. I think Anderson, with the injuries that Collingwood have incurred, should be back, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Angry Anderson plays. Edwards has not made enough money. The thing with Philippou is that he's actually had a pretty decent run. If you look at him, 98, 80, 58, but that's in Darwin. Then comes back for 82 and an 88. 88 against the Dockers over there. How the hell did he do that? What did he do? Philippou. He had 19 disposals, 2 goals. %83 TOG. Now you're talking my language. His TOG's going up. %20 CBAs. 83 TOG. His numbers are tracking in the right direction. So it could potentially be maybe we hold on to him still. Maybe we still hold on to him. The poo. The break-in of 38. Maybe, just maybe. Murdoch, of course, I'm definitely holding on to. But essentially, this becomes the forward line this week with these 2 guys on the bye. Hopefully Edwards, let's be real, we're going to lose. But then, unless it's like a Marshall that goes, Zane, obviously McAndrew has got the bye, and then could get Banfield this way? Gives me 350. And then when does Brisbane play? Could loop. Could loop then? Between Ryan and Edwards? Brisbane play Saturday, Thursday. Yeah, could do that. And then that gives me 350K to do whatever the heck I want. Maybe. Sam Marshall is a rookie, indeed. Up, down, left, right, backward. Right, I'm telling you, it was ridiculous. Sam Marshall looking good. And him all the way back. Yeah, he does. Only place am never going to is America. Never going near Donald Duck. Yep, true. Hopefully Australia's go to war. Hopefully. Still had Dev Rob, so it was easy. Oh, nice. Bring back the Lions, Plumbers. Can't see us getting involved in the war. Correct. For Indigenous round. I'm trading out Bruin. Yeah, I reckon Bruin's done his job. Did Ison come in when Saad got injured? Ison's come in the last 2 weeks. Who was dropped for Ison? Let's have a look at the team lineups from 2 weeks ago. Carlton. Yeah. He came in and said exactly right, Paul. Good call. Good pickup. And we Saad? No, Saad will not replace him. They play entirely different roles. Saad's a defender. Lombard, I think, is the only player left this year with an active streak of 10K plus Rice. It's crazy. I think indeed. Would you take Kalani White over Edwards? I just would like to use McAndrew's cash. But Kalani feels like a wasted trade. Then don't get him. This week, the 2 downgrades are clear. They're Banfield and Ison. Those are the 2 downgrades. I would not be trading in anyone else this week as a downgrade because I don't want you to fill your bench with dud rooks who aren't going to make you money, especially with the mid-season draft happening tomorrow. You want these guys to play another week or 2 to then downgrade them to the mid-season draft T players. Imagine trading out Philip after round 4. Yeah, 100%. Who was on 40 at quarter time? Holy crap. What languages are you talking, Joe? What languages am I talking? Oh, you've completely lost me, bro. I feel like I've been talking English this whole time. Seems to have second half drop-offs, but still good that he gets 80s. Yeah, 100%. So glad I ended up holding Sardis. Look, I traded out Sardis ages ago. He's missed how many weeks now? I went to history. Trade history. Traded out Sardis around 8. We're now at round 12. Traded him out a month ago. So at least something happened. Nats will probably take those 20% togs. True. Good call, Jamie. Possibly. Honestly, there are some nice players in America. I understand finally somebody this something amazing. Yeah, I haven't seen too much of America. I've been to Buffalo, New York, where I got my relatives who live in Buffalo, New York. So I've been there a couple of times. Went to New York City. Went to Boston. Went to Florida to go to Disney World. So I've seen a bit of it, not too much. But Jesus Christ, New York City, the smell of weed everywhere. Everyone on the pot. It is insane. Just walking around choking on the stench. San Fran was so-so. I imagine San Fran is a lot the same like that. Might be some mid-season drucks. I think there are quite a few mid-season draftee rucks, and I think Collingwood have a couple of spots open. They'll probably take an intercepting key defender. From what I've heard, Collingwood will probably take a defender who is really good at intercepting. So I think that will be a defensive rookie downgrade option, 99K. And because I think they have a second spot open because of Jamie Elliott, they'll probably take a ruckman. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting a Collingwood 99K ruckman. How good is Ison? True. 100% Blue Iris, 100%. You're right. What's going on? Nick Cox got a game again. I think Nick Cox had a wonderful game. I think Nick Cox was best on ground in our VFL last week against the Tigers. Really imposing stuff. And I think it really comes down to whether or not because Archie May was coughing up blood after the game last week and he had to go to hospital. So if we don't play Archie May next week, or this week, should I say, could very well be that Cox comes back. But, yeah, I wouldn't be relying on Cox as a rookie. I love this. Yeah, there you go. Casual reminder that my trades haven't panned out over 5 weeks. Bruin, Jagger, Philippi, Lindsay, and Cook. Boyaki, Bailey, Whitfield, Callahan, Rankin. Good rooks for Spuds. Got it for Jamie. Yeah. Could very well be career over. And what a career it's been. Insane. I think Collingwood going to come. Yeah, true. Correct. He might be their second pick. I think with their first pick, McMenamin. I think his name was Collingwood. I'll just say also got MSD pick AFL. I think his name was like something like McNiniman or something. Whatever his name. He's an intercepting defender. Yeah, Bammett is getting some interest. We were interested in Nick Staropoli, who played for our VFL. Yeah, Anand is pretty good. Ollie Griffin's good. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to remember his name. I think I heard it on a podcast, but I don't quite remember it. Something like McNiniman or something. I don't know. My team had the most pods will only be around 16 with 5. Very nice. Dogs, Cats, and Melbourne players. Excellent. Can't be worse than Reedy. Do you think Perez is a dead rook now? Look, you'd hope not. You'd hope not. My options this week is either double downgrade Lombard and Marshall to Ison and Banfield, or add Steen in there and get Max Holmes. Get Max Holmes. If you're not overly invested, if you've got 6 premiums, if adding Max Holmes gets you to 6, I think that's it. I think you cap it out at 6. So ball just over 34. My God. Barefoot did not score, so not sure why you want him. What? He scored 80. He scored 80 in a loss. Yeah, Guelphy played his last game. Guelphy's cooked. Gone. Out of here. And he knows it. Apparently, he threw his mouth guard into the ground in disgust because I think he knows. He knows it's time to go. So he had 64 TOG, 91%. Geez, not great TOG. No goals though, which is pretty good. So it shows that it's pretty 11 disposals. Just, working his way on the wing, pushing into defense. It's not the worst. Not the worst at all with DPP. Round 16 bye, which means he plays all throughout the bye rounds, making you the maximum amount of money, as long as he holds his spot in the side, that is. Wide screen TV, Wilkie as D6. I mean, you can. If you want to, you can. Nothing's stopping you, unless you've got too many people in the round 16 bye. I have 8 keepers. BJ. BJ is not a keeper. But good luck keeping him. Lizard, Steele, Bailey, Heaney, Clark, Ash, and Walsh. What about you? Is Roberts 20% owned? Yes, he is. I assume Whitfield is over that as well. 25%. Clark. $17. Yep. So Clark's there. How many people have Baz? Oh, 21. People jumped on Baz this week. Anderson? 14% for Anderson. That's a pod. Finn Callahan. 12.5. So Finn Callahan's a pod. Not great. Walsh. Quick list. Oh, nice. Thank you. I've never looked at my team in list format before. So yeah, Jordan Clark is 1. Anderson's 2. Finn is 3. Walsh is 4. Bailey 5. 5. I've got 5. Russell threw his gloves down after the blow last night. No idea any of the words that you're talking about, apart from Canada. Oh, Canada. Got Clark and Took. What happened to Roberts? Yeah, Roberts had to, unfortunately, because of the injuries that we had with Durham copping a concussion in the first quarter, and then Caldwell being injured and having to play forward, then unfortunately we were short rotations in the midfield. So Archie Roberts had to play on ball. They go to the CBAs. Essendon. So he had unfortunately had a role change. Unfortunately, had a role change because of the injuries. You had to shuffle the magnets around. 33% CBAs for the week. And he was playing pure defense the last good stint, but obviously because of injuries, things had to change. So that mark confirmed. Run was an amazing duel. Okay, click picked in teams. But these guys aren't primos. Grundy is a give me for captain this week. Yeah, for sure. Yep, he did. Merritt's run's looking decent next 3. Yeah, 100%. That's why I don't mind. That's why I'm suggesting, I think he's a pretty decent trading target. Roberts is a good kick with space. Correct. I think the thing with Roberts is that he needs to know. Roberts needs to have a bit more care of the ball. I think Roberts thinks he's better than what he is. Which I don't mind confidence. I don't mind confidence at all. You want to back yourself in. You want to bite off targets. You want to move the ball. You want to force the issue. I don't mind that attitude that you want to back yourself in. But you just got to be more careful with the pill. You can't just think you can swap the ball between hands and kick with dropping it with one hand, for example. Just, do the fundamentals right. Do the fundamentals right. You have a short target on. Don't go for a little dinky 5-meter kick. Ball it. And present and do a 1-2. So, he's got a few things in his game that a good coach can set him aside and direct his attitude and direct his mindset in a better way. At the moment, Brad and our coaching panel are just letting him make these mistakes, I think. A good coach will put him aside and say, I love 90% of what you're doing. This 10%, though, let's change it up and do this, and this. No, he's not a midfielder. Yeah, LD off the bike would be pretty good. Here in the camp, second Scott. Bro, I've never rated Scott. I never believed that Scott would be our premiership coach. I said it right from day dot that the best we would get out of Scott is a Nathan Buckley sort of thing, where he will do a lot of the hard work in laying down foundations and working with the players to teach them certain things to improve individually. And then the next coach comes in and unlocks the players a la Craig McRae. So that was the best that I thought we would get out of Scott. We're getting even worse than that. So, yeah. He had to go ages ago. We needed him at the time, very early on, but his stay he's no longer welcome. What trades are considering to do this week? I'm sort of thinking at the moment, I've got Lombard and Marshall to Iceland and Banfield. And this has been done by using Zane's DPP. McAndrew could be traded out next week for an Uber Primo defender. Or I could trade him out this week. But the thing is, I just don't have a lot of people worth trading out at this point. Burton still hasn't made money, but he was injured. So he could be done. And the problem is 502k is not enough for anybody. That is good. You know what I mean? There's just nobody good at this price point worth getting. 502. I mean, it could be Wilkie, but I'm not spending 437 for a key defender. Could be Shea Bolton. But this guy is this guy is roller coaster incarnate. So last 3 average. Could be BJ Williams. Am I doing that? Oh my god, this is just the biggest meme of the season. Is this not the biggest meme of all time? What the hell is this? Marshall, Burton, and Lombard to Ison, Bamford, and Williams. Is that not? That's a cursed image if I've ever seen one. Oh my god, that is cursed. Hey, Binger, how you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing very well. It's been a while. Good to see you around these parts. Nah, I'm holding. He's got the bomb. He's got the bombers this week. He's gonna torch us. Where does Essendon Scott Ridley may be gone? This lane the 2 players up. You can't let players go out of their contract. I'm sorry. That's just not happening. You trade them out, sure. And Scott, you pay him out of his contract. Yes. Because obviously he's still got a year to run. So you pay out Scott, Merritt and Ridley can get traded out. How does a coach survive with 1 win 24 to a trolley tanker would have been traded? Except for pride. I guess, I mean, if you think about it, so you have this new CEO, he walks into the joint, Andrew Welsh. He's come in and he wants to stand up for something. And he wants to bring back Essendon to its former days of being good. Now, he probably believes, like a lot of Essendon supporters do, that there is a lot of good young talent in the side, and the senior players aren't too bad if they're focused, if their heads are on straight. Another preseason under Brad with a new fitness, health and strength and fitness conditioning that could potentially see us bounce back. We had how many wins last year? 5 wins, 4 wins with all of those injuries. Surely this year could be better. So I understand the thinking behind it, that surely if we're healthier, we can outperform what we did last year. And if we're playing well, then Merritt could stay to show that this rebuild is happening sooner rather than later. And then you can attract some free agents. I can understand. I can personally understand the wishful thinking. Was it realistic? No. But is it understandable? Yes. New guy, CEO coming in, fresh, young energy who wants to turn things around quickly. I understand it, but it just wasn't realistic. There was a lot of toxicity from the captain wanting to trade out that wasn't factored into. Clearly, it wasn't factored into that a lot of the players on the list were hurt at the idea that their captain did not think they were good enough. That had to be considered a lot more firmly. So was it right to keep him to his contract? Well, what was the other option? The other option was to trade him to Hawthorn for Henry Hustwaite, who I could not differentiate from a bar of soap. Pick 10. Well, we got pick 9 from Carlton anyway. So I'm not entirely sure why pick 10 was appealing. and then a couple of picks in the 20s. Or if Merritt had his big boy pants on and really wanted to go out because he was desperate to leave, could have got his manager to be working the phones to contact other clubs to see which other contenders would want him and would be open to facilitating a trade. Maybe get a third club involved. Instead, there was a lot of people just sitting on their hands. Hawthorn did not put in an offer for a trade until the evening before the deadline. That was when they put in their very first offer. So Hawthorn tried to hold Essendon over a barrel and say, you have a player who wanted to get out, and they try to take advantage of that. And Merritt didn't help the situation. So regardless of what it is that the Bombers could have done last year, you were damned if you traded him, and you were damned if you didn't. Because you know full well all the Hawthorn people who were ripping into Essendon for not trading Merritt out last year for that asking price, you know full well that those exact same Hawthorn supporters would have been laughing their asses off at the club for accepting that deal. So you were damned if you did and you're damned if you didn't. They were in a no-win situation. So I can't hold anybody to account for that. People had to get their shit in gear earlier. If Merritt wanted to trade out, Merritt had to come out sooner and say, I want to trade out. We then would have scoped these canvas and tried to see what better deals, what three-way moves we could get. As it stood, receiving an offer the night before deadline, it was never going to happen. This guy's having a break this weekend. I have not seen that. With only 13 trades left and having 16 primos, I've got to be super conservative with my trades from here on in. I'll probably only have 21 primos. Look, if with those 16 primos, say on average you 1 down, 1 up, right? Because you need 23. So you need 7 trades. Oh, so you need 7 upgrades. Damn. You can't 1 down, 1 up. You have to be. Thoughts on these trades? Bruin to Dacos, Cook to Ison, and Marshall to Banfield. I like it. Good trades. There's only one way. Merritt was worth more than 3 late picks. I guess the difference with this year, though, is that now there are other clubs who know that Zach is gettable. Anybody else in the window for a premiership knows that Zach is gettable. And I think we will be more than happy to facilitate a trade if there are more suitors to come. Now that there are more people who are up for debate to who they can get, more asking people, more teams knocking on the door, therefore means that there is a higher asking price because they have to outbid each other. So, having said that, I don't mind. I actually want him traded out this year. Do it? Lol. Think you're going to score 73 this week? Probably will. The Bombers are terrible matchups for Ruckman. Rank 5-12. Look, if you're doing it, I'll do it. Would you be able to have a look at my team by any chance? I like your trades. I loved your trades, by the way. I think your name was Man of Steel, wasn't it? But then again, there's a million Man of Steels. Yeah, there's a million Man of Steels, bro. All gone. All gone. There you go. What are your thoughts on Selwood, Steen, Jones, and Sarong out for Holmes, Wilkie, Ice, and Banfield? You're trading in 2 players in the round 16 bye. Look, if those 2 people in give you 6 out in round 16, then sure. I don't think you want more than 6. I think 6 is the absolute cap. What's really worth, though? Well, to be honest, I've got no idea. I think if he's fully fit and healthy, he is worth the first rounder. Because I think he is an all-Australian caliber intercept defender when healthy. Problem is, he's never healthy. So that certainly then eats into what what our asking price can be. However, having said that, if there are multiple clubs who want him, it drives up the demand. If the Bombers are ruthless and the Bombers want to really expedite the rebuild, they have to be willing to shop these players around to try and drum up interest so that more people can get into a bit of a bidding war and we get better offers for our players. Just the way it is. You can't be a passive rebuilder. You have to be active. Tassie is knocking on the door. We don't have a lot of time. Left way too late, indeed. Percentage of win-loss at the start. Been top 3. Now Geelong is 3 and it's 4. Yeah. I mean, we've had 20 years of nothingness, bro. We've given everyone a wonderful chance to catch up. Yeah, I know Brisbane want Ridley. I know that. And Ridley wants Brisbane. But we need to sell the idea that Adelaide could be a great fit for him too, for example, or Gold Coast, or whatever. You need to get other clubs to the table. You have to. Neil, yeah, that's right. Neil is a gun. Hawthorn's still hot on merit. Of course they are. Of course they are. But we need other clubs to be hot on merit too. We need Collingwood to be hot on merit. We need Adelaide. We need the Suns. We need whatever. Anyone who's contending right now. Wasn't really a good deal anyway. Last year draft was going to bet. Yeah, correct. It was a terrible deal. We were about to lose our captain, 6-time best and fairest, and our best player by a mile for a bunch of steak knives. If you add up the total number of all draws in AFL history, it's odd. It should be even. Huh. Marvel Delight. Interesting. That's a new name. There we are. Right, you ranked in the top 10K. Well done. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you are top 10K. Very nice. Archie, Lockie, Sinclair, Lindsay, Farrow, Edwards, Butters, Bont, Holmes, Merritt, Neal, Walsh, Bruin. Yeah, Bruin can go. Done his job. Milan, Jacko, Gorn, Shees, Track, Landers, Pickett, Cook, Philippou, Grundy. Who the fish? No, otherwise, good team. See you, Flash. Yeah, I'm about to head off too now. No, it's a good team. Great team, Binger. Hoping Artemis. Good to see Michael. Tomorrow, defenders to fill out my 2. I think we'll get defender. I think we'll get defender selections. I'm pretty confident about that. We'll get defender selections. I don't know. That's what the reports were last year. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Flash. In the members stream as well for you, Blue Iris. Seems to be pretty stupid, these trades, but whatever. Anytime. Good to see you, Jonas. Once again, rest in peace to the great man, the legend, Order of Australia medal, Australian of the Year. In our hearts, in our minds, never forgotten. We'll live on in the big freeze. So hope you all have of course you come in, Muzz, right now as we're closing up. Right on time. Best picture on the weekend was the fourth quarter. No. You really think that Draper was thinking, why did I join this shit team about Brisbane? And not say, thank God I left the shit team that is Essendon? Are you kidding me? Bruh, you can't. So, Joe leaving me, how rude. Muzz. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, bruv. And Poet's joining now as well. Good to see some people love to come in right as we're about to end this thing. But yes, yes. So thank you guys so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed. If you had a good one, like, subscribe. And I will see you members on tomorrow, Tuesday night. And if you 100% all love to the Danaher family. Thoughts and prayers with the royal family, one of the royal families of football. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. And absolutely thank you to all of you. If you haven't yet bought the Big Freeze beanie for this year, please get around it. Obviously before the Big Freeze game in a couple of weeks. Make sure you hold your loved ones close. Life is short. Life is precious. There's more to life than football. And don't take what you've got for granted. Everything you have, even your literal voice. Everything, don't take any of it for granted. Be appreciative. And I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that jazz. If you're a member, we'll see you tomorrow night for the members stream. Otherwise, see the rest of you on Thursday night for the drive home. Thank you once again, and let us hit that song.
Supercoach tabs on my phone at dawn, scrolling through the carnage, what went wrong? Grammar soul and steady, rookies on the rise, mid-prices tempting me, danger in disguise. Big J calling from the couch, mate, check your side. Joe bragging about a loophole, riding that tide, we're trading in our hopes like stocks on a screen, chasing that price rise, living the dream. Woo! We're the center bounds crew, hey! Whistle blows, we're riding it through. From goals and behinds to the last upgrade, greatest game in the world, that's how we're made. From a pig in the guts to the bench warmer blues, every week we're breaking the rules, they fell in our veins, yeah, it's all we do. We're the center bounds crew. Got duds on the park, can't win a hard ball. Need a downgrade, target, answer that call. Possessions piling up, my captain's on fire. Vice loop lightning, sparks through the wire. Yeah. Trade plan scribbled on the back of a bill. One more sideways move, I swear I'll sit still. But the siren hits Friday, logic is gone. Mate, just push and go on. Who you backing in, who you backing in? Who you backing in, yeah. Who you letting go? One more risky move, then we steal the show. We're the center bounds crew. Hey! Whistle blows, we're riding it through. From goals and behinds to the last upgrade, greatest game in the world, that's how we're made. From a pig in the guts to the bench warmer blues, every week we're breaking the rules, they fell in our veins, yeah, it's all we do. We're the center bounds crew.